Hi everyone, I'm Alicia Fiorletta, Associate Editor of Retail TouchPoints, and right now I have with me Dave Bruno, who is a Marketing Director at JDA. Dave, thanks so much for taking the time out.
Thanks for having me, Alicia. I'm happy to be here. Thanks.
Excellent. Well, obviously a key part of the beginning of the year of 2013 is to really dive into what you expect to be the key trends coming up for retailers. So what are your perspective? What are some of the key issues and trends that you see driving the retail industry right now?
Yeah, so you walk around this floor, you're going to see, ask 100 people that question, you'll get 100 different answers.
Right.
But one of the things that we think is really, really important is the way the connected consumer, the empowered consumer is really changing the dynamic of how people do business together. So not that many years ago, we used to talk at trade shows like this and conferences like this, we'd talk about the moment of truth and how do we influence the moment of truth when you're about to make that purchase decision in a store. And for centuries that was the model. How do we best influence the moment of truth at the point of purchase? Mm-hmm. But we think it's different than that now. We coined the phrase moments of influence. We feel like there's about 6 moments of influence in the shopping cycle now, where retailers have both opportunity and risk associated with each one of those moments of influence. So obviously discovery is a moment of influence. Right. Searching online, in the store, searching through your social networks, there's an opportunity there to influence the purchase decision, positively or negatively. Mm-hmm. Evaluation, comparison, going into the store to try things on or try things out, depending on the type of product, all the way through communicating after the sale. And when you do communicate for either positive or negative reasons, are we able to listen to that and respond to that in a way that influences you as a shopper, your willingness to come back to that brand. So that, to us, you take all the things that people are talking about today at this show, most of them boil down to that. How do I affect any one of those 6 moments of influence? And we think the retailers who best understand those and are able to effectively impact those 6 moments of influence, we think those are the opportunities that retailers have the greatest opportunity for success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And with that, what are some of the ways that you see retailers sort of navigating and responding to these moments of truth?
Yeah, now that's another question. You ask 100 people, I'm sure you've asked 100 people and you've probably gotten 100 answers, different answers. But there's a handful of things that we see consistently happening in our client base. Okay. So one of the things, of course, is delivering an all-channel experience. Being able to interact with that customer intelligently and consistently across channels. Right. Retailers are striving to get to that point because every one of those moments of influence now is a touch point. Right. And so we see retailers investing in ways to do a better job of making sure that I know exactly who you are, what your history is, what your most recent interactions with me have been, and how to take advantage of those to make more informed, relevant transactions and interactions with you in every channel. So that's the first one. Right. Second one's flexibility on fulfillment. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to walk into a store and just buy it anymore, it seems like. Right. Everybody's got at least some of their transactions take place in multiple channels with multiple fulfillment options. So yes, people want to have things shipped to home and shipped to store. Certainly buy online, pick up in store is a much more popular option, and we see retailers working to get to level 2 of those capabilities. Because right now, most companies have figured out ways to solve that with paper clips and baling wire. Right. It's A, it's not very scalable, and B, usually not very profitable. So most of our clients are coming to us looking for ways to solve that problem in a way that, how do I have the right people? As a store is a fulfillment center, right? That's like a hard thing. Stores aren't used to that. They're used to, here's your product, thank you very much. Yeah. Now they got to pack it, pick it, and pack it, and ship it, and things like that. So how do we have the right people to be able to still deal with the customer who wants to buy as a regular store shopper, as well as outside the store shoppers where the store is fulfilling orders for that? So how do I do that in a way that scales and actually makes me money? So we're seeing a lot of investment in ways to do that. We're also seeing just investments in Scheduling overall, which is sort of connected to that in the store. We're seeing how do I schedule for profit. So, you know, many of our customers historically have scheduled to cost. So here's my budget. I've got a 7% payroll budget, 8% payroll budget, 10%, whatever my number is, and I schedule to manage that cost versus taking a deeper look at how my business is transacting and building schedules that drive profit and according to demand cycles rather than cost schedules.
Right.
So we see all three of those things happening. Certainly those are three of many, and of course mobility. Embracing mobility is the fourth. And by mobility I mean workforce mobility.
Right.
I think you guys read an awful lot of articles in the last year about people embracing their mobile phone to shop.
Right.
You might even call 2012 sort of the year of the mobile shopper. I've seen that sometimes. I think if we have this conversation at next NRF, we'll be saying how 2013 was the year of the mobile associate.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, we're really seeing an awful lot of interest in how do I make my workforce mobile, both from simple things like scheduling all the way to how do I mobilize tasks and assignments in real time, moving of the parts, the many people parts that manage the store in real time through the mobile phone. So it's probably 3 or 4 things we think are real important going forward.
All right, so all of those points are sort of, integrating into this new reality for retailers.
Yes.
So, there was the recent merger between Red Prairie and JDA.
Oh, wow. God, wow.
So,
thanks for telling me.
So what role is that playing into this new reality? What can we expect from a company perspective?
Yeah, and it's very interesting. What we've done by putting these two companies together is take companies that had very strong core competencies they enhanced each other. There was very little overlap.
Right.
So what we've ended up with is a company that really does a very good job of managing the processes that it takes to be successful at those 6 moments of influence. So JDA brought to the table supply chain and merchandise planning and the ability to help retailers determine which products in which stores in which markets, and really develop a very strong planning and forecasting side of the business, which helps some of those moments of selection and discovery, and how do I have the right merchandise for the right customer at the right price. And Red Prairie brought to the table a good selection of tools to help you actually execute and integrate all of those moments of influence. So commerce, workforce management, mobility, those things came together to really make a fairly compelling suite of solutions to help retailers successfully navigate and impact all 6 of those moments of influence in the shopping cycle. So, we're really excited, and we have a bunch of traffic, and people seem to be pretty excited about the possibility. Now we have to deliver, but certainly people are very excited by the potential.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, it seems to be such a comprehensive suite of solutions and offerings for retailers today, so it should be a great year for you guys.
Thank you, I hope so. Thanks very much.
All right, excellent, Dave. Well, it's always great catching up with you.
Thank you,
Thanks
Alicia.
for taking the time out.
My pleasure,
and thanks everyone out there for joining us.